What's up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with a brand new review for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. You guys, this is season number 4. This is episode number 2. And before we jump into this review, you guys, if you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel, and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a huge solid favor, you guys, and like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, and share the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and discuss this episode of Salt Lake City, shall we? Let me know in the comment section and a live chat if you guys watched this episode or if you didn't. Either way, let me know. Salt Lake City. This episode was, I guess, decent-ish for me. Sorry, you guys. My friend just texted me. So let's see. Before we start, let's go ahead and just jump into the comments real quick. I appreciate you guys who came in early. I definitely appreciate that so much. Thank you. Hey Greta, how are you doing today? Hey Shayna. Greta says last night's episode was crazy. That Monica is something that she is. We're gonna talk about Monica because I'll have to say I like Monica. I think Monica is like trying to keep up with the Joneses. But Monica got an interesting story, baby. When I tell you that story that Monica told to Heather, I cracked up laughing. I cracked up laughing, and then on top of that, my jaw dropped. Like, what in the oh my god? I don't know what we're gonna say for last, you guys, because I guess what we'll do is we will talk about what do we talk about first? We ain't gonna talk about Meredith. Let's start off with Whitney. So Whitney, I see what you're doing this season, and I ain't too mad about it. I ain't too mad about what Whitney is doing this season because Whitney is pot stirring. So we see Whitney, and she's having a dinner date with Angie and her husband Sean, I believe that's his name. I got to be honest with you guys. When it comes to Angie K, she's a little bland. Her voice is annoying as hell. I was just like, oh my god, I don't think I'm gonna like this lady like that. Like, if I didn't watch last season, so I don't know too much about her. So I'm still trying to fill her out. Like I said, you guys, give me a second. My friend texted me. So yeah, I'm just trying to fill out Angie K. She's a little on the bland side for me. Let me know what you guys think about her. So I noticed a thing with both Whitney and with Angie when they were with their husbands. They were talking about communication, and they're both talking about it's a communication issue on both sides. Now, when Angie was talking about the fact that her 12-year-old daughter sleeps in the bed with she and her husband, I was like, say what now? And I was thinking the same thing that Whitney was thinking. So when y'all want to get it in, how do y'all do that? Because with y'all's child and y'all's dog there, I was just a little confused. I was just kind of confused. Like, and now but I was with Whitney. I'm like, I don't want to think about that, but then it just kept coming to her head, like, huh? No, no, no. Um, so they did talk about Heather's event that she had last week. I'm still kind of confused on if you guys watched last season and know, please tell me what the beef is between Angie and Heather. Cause I couldn't follow along, and I really don't want to go back and watch last season. So if you guys know the beef between those two, please explain to me in the comment section. So then Whitney was telling Angie about the fact that Meredith has a trip that she's invited all the ladies down to Palm Springs, and they're going to the Trixie Motel. So Angie was like, "Well, I didn't get an invitation." So Whitney decides to take it upon herself to invite Angie down. I was like, "Oh wow, Whitney, this is what we're doing." I was like, okay, I mean, I guess, but like I said, you guys, I see Whitney for what she's doing. Whitney is stirring the pot, and again, I'm not upset about it. I'm actually here for it. But I want you guys to definitely tell me what you think about that in the comment section and in a live chat as well. But that was really all we got with Whitney saying. And one thing I want to point out is, I mean, we all know the real reason why Angie is going on this trip is not because of Whitney. Production is the one who actually set this up. So it ain't like Whitney just said, Whitney did this. Also, speaking of which, for the trip, Whitney and Angie went ahead of the ladies and got there first. If I'm not mistaken, I do believe that Whitney picked the biggest room. I was like, oh my God, Whitney, now that is a little tacky, sis. Like super duper tacky. But again, I want you guys to tell me what you think about that in live chat and in the comments section below, you guys. And we'll pause here and move forward. What I will say before we even move forward, I will say one thing. Monica, y'all did a great job casting this girl. Whoever was behind casting her, kudos to you because I think this is it. I think she is what Jen wanted to be, minus the legal stuff that Jen had to deal with. Like Monica was a good casting choice. Monica is another good casting choice, much like Mary was a good casting choice. I know people might disagree, but I think Meredith. I think that despite how people might feel about Mary, I think Mary is a great choice for this show. Um, So let's talk about Heather, you guys. So we see Heather in the beginning of this episode, and Heather met up with Whitney. So they went to another hot springs, and it gave me flashbacks to season one when they was in them dirty tubs with Jen, and when Jen told Whitney to roll her eyes at her one more time with them extra long fingernails and talking about you know, um, submerged a woman, right? Those women were so terrified of Jen, and I just never understood why they were terrified of Jen because Jen was all bark and no bite. Like I never understood those women's fear of Jen. Jen was all bark and no bite. So Heather, like I said, they were meeting up, and they did talk about Heather's party. You made the live, so I'm so happy you made the live today. Um, so they were talking about the party, right? And Whitney asked Heather, "Did you invite Mary?" And she was like, "No, I didn't invite Mary." Like, come on, y'all know. Let's be real. Y'all know that production invited Mary to this function. She had a microphone on, so we all know the real deal when it comes to Mary. That's one thing I want to point out real quick because they were talking about the fact that Heather didn't know that Lisa's son was going to be doing a mission. And the one thing that I want to say is it's funny to me that people love to say that Mary's church is a cult, right? Which I'm not gonna sit here and say that her church ain't a cult, right? It does give cult like vibes. But then when you listen to the mission when you listen to them talk about the mission, that sounds like a cult too. Like, so I'm just confused. Like we can say that Mary's church may be cult-ish, but the Mormon church is just as big a cult as Mary's church is. Like, so yeah, you guys, y'all can feel how y'all want to feel. I still rocks with Mary. I still think she's kooky. I still think she's a nutcase at sometimes, right? So they also talked about in this scene um Angie and Heather's friendship or lack thereof, right? So Heather has an issue with the fact that I guess when Angie came into the group, how close she had got with Jen, and then she flip flopped, and so now she's super duper cool with Lisa. I was like, Heather, what does that have to do with you? I didn't hear anything in there about what that has to do with her. So we also found out that Heather and Angie went to high school together. I think they were in the 10th grade. So they met each other when Heather moved there for high school. Um, when Heather talked about the girl's hair, She thought her hair was naturally curly, but turns out it was a perm. I was like, Heather, again, what they got to do with you? What does it have to do with you? So then they started talking about that. They started talking about that stupid mission that Jack is going on. I was the more that Heather talked about that mission, I was like, this literally sounds like a damn cult. Like I don't care how you flip it, rub it down, smack it. This sounds like a cult. If I ain't never heard a cult in my life, like it literally sounded like a damn cult. But again, y'all can talk about I forgot to put Heather on the screen. Y'all can talk about Mary's Church all y'all wants to. Yes, Mary's Church may be a little odd and peculiar, but so is the Mormon Church. So is the Mormon Church. Greta says the Mormon Church is worse than a cult. I think so. I think so. I definitely believe the Mormon Church is worse than a damn cult. Because I mean, the things that they be talking about, I'm like, so y'all can't drink, y'all can't do this, y'all can't do that. Now, Heather did say, she was questioning how much of a Mormon Lisa really is, with the fact that Lisa owns a tequila company. I was like, obviously they don't care, or maybe they're selective. I don't know. I just know for me personally, I would never be a Mormon. It literally sounds like when she said before she even said it, they said door to door salesman. I was like, so y'all are going door to door selling the Lord to people? Because that's literally what I got from that situation is that y'all go door to door selling the Lord to people. Oh, Jesus. Like, no, 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 thank you. So after that, oh, you guys, I want to save this, but we'll talk about it real quick. So Monica and Heather, they went out shopping, right? So Monica lets Heather know that she's been excommunicated from the Mormon church. And when she told why she was excommunicated from the church, my jaw dropped. Oh my God. I was like, damn. So, oh, Jesus. We're going to hold on to that one for just a minute. So, Heather is once again talking about Angie. And I'm like, Heather, it ain't that deep. This once it seems like it's kind of one sided this situation that you got with Angie. I don't understand it. Again, if y'all understand it, please, if y'all know what happened last season, please fill me in about this situation between Heather and Angie K. Like I said, honestly, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to deal with Angie. I thought Lisa's voice was annoying, but Angie's is deeper and more annoying. Marlo says maybe they don't care because they get a portion of Lisa's money from this. That's what I was thinking. I was wondering that do they get a portion of Lisa's money from this tequila? Like, does she pay a tithe and an off? Like, does she pay tithes to them for this tequila brand? Now, no shade to Lisa. How many people buying Vita tequila? I, because I'm a tequila drinker and I've never heard of Vita tequila ever. Again, no shade to you, Lisa. I just never heard of your heard of your tequila. So when Ms. When Miss Monica told Heather that she was excommunicated from the church, Heather asked her why was she excommunicated. Baby, when this woman told her story, I was like, well, damn. So Monica was having an affair with her brother-in-law. Yes, I'm gonna repeat that one more time for you, for everyone to hear. Monica, the new girl, was having an affair with her brother-in-law. So Heather was like, "You were sleeping with your husband's brother?" She was like, "No, I wasn't sleeping with my husband's brother. I was sleeping with my husband's sister's husband. So it's her brother-in-law, but it's her brother, her husband's sister's husband." I was like, "Dang. Well, at least you kept it in the family, I guess." So she said that she felt so bad about it, and she went and told the church about it, and they excommunicated her. And so Heather said, did they excommunicate him? She said, nope, they did not. I was like, oh, so it's okay for him to sleep with you, but it's not okay for you to sleep with him? Also, oh my god, I should took a picture of the garments that they wore. Those garments that they wear. I was like, what the hell is that? It I don't know what those garments were, but if I were a Mormon, you could never pay me to wear those garments. Are they undergarments? Either way it go, they were hideous. They look like they stink. They look like they're sweaty. Ugh. So yeah, she slept with her sister-in-law's husband. I was like, wow, at least you honest. I would love to know. I hope at the reunion Andy digs deeper into that, or even if she is on Watch What Happens Live, because I need to know how did that even happen. She said she had an entanglement, but girl, you didn't go into deep details about your entanglement. You slept with your sister-in-law's husband. Are they still married too? Damn, that is so interesting. So yeah, she was excommunicated from the church. I was like, I can't really say I blame them, but I mean the fact that they didn't excommunicate him, that's a that's a problem in itself. The fact that the man goes unscathed, but the woman gets the scarlet letter, not cool. So let's go ahead and get into Monica's scene that she had in this episode. I will say though, I do like Monica. I think she's a great addition to this show. I really, truly do. So we find out that Monica moved to Utah about 10 years ago, right? And her mom was there at her house helping her. So she has this company. I forgot the name of it, but she sells, baby swaddles and all kind of stuff for babies, right? And what threw me in this scene with her grandma is a no nonsense type of girl because she's like the grandma told them y'all ain't got to be screaming, and grandma looked like she could give it to him. I was like, I don't think y'all want to mess with grandma like that. So she has four daughters. So she lives about 3 minutes away from her mom and from her grandmother. So we also found this is what the scene that threw me with Monica. When Monica was talking to her mama about going into the Louis Vuitton store and buying a bag. When she broke down crying, I was like, "Girl, are you crying because you bought a Louis Vuitton bag?" And this is me saying, this is my opinions, right? I think that you couldn't afford that damn Louis Vuitton bag. You should have left that Louis Vuitton bag right there. Because yeah, the Salt Lake City girls, I'm sorry, they don't give fashion forward. None of them. Have you saw their reunion looks? So yeah, ma'am, you can go to Walmart, you can go to Target, you can go to any store in the mall and buy some outfits, and you would fit right in with the Salt Lake City girls. I know they try to flaunt like they got money, but I don't know if they necessarily do. One person in particular, Lisa. We're gonna talk about Lisa in just a few minutes because Lisa was doing the most at that airport. I was with Mary. Oh God, I'm gonna have to agree with Mary and Monica at one point in this episode. But let's go ahead and move on from Monica. Um, is there anything else I want to add about Monica? I don't think so. If there is, you guys can leave it in the live chat and in the comment section, and we will discuss it there. I am missing somebody's picture, and I believe it is Angie. I believe I'm missing a picture of Angie. I think I'm missing a picture of Angie. Yep, because we had a scene with Angie in this episode, but again, for me, Angie is a snooze fest, and I don't know why they gave her a snowflake. And this is no shade to you, Angie girl. You just are not that interesting. I thought Lisa was bland and boring, but you get bland and boring. And again, that ain't no disrespect to you. That ain't no disrespect to you, Monica. I mean, not Monica, but Angie. You're forgetful. Because I literally almost forgot you in this episode. I damn near forgot you. So let me get her picture pulled up real quick. Let me get Miss Angie. I also hate this title card. It is not flattering. Again, no shade to you, Angie. You might be a sweet woman. This title card ain't the business. I don't know if it's this top. I think that's really where the problem lies at with me with Angie. It's this ill-fitting ass top, and then it's this hair. This hair is just flat. Pretty woman, but boring. So Angie, they were introducing Angie. Now again, I could have swore last once she was on last season. And I could have, well, maybe y'all didn't get introduced to her last season because I know she was well, here's the thing. I think last season she filmed as a housewife, and so did Angie K and that Dana girl. I think all three of them filmed as housewives, but by the time they got to the season, they just reduced all three of them to friends of. I actually scratched that. I think both Angie's were supposed to be snowflake holders last season, but at the last minute they said no. And I wish I had said a no again this season to Angie, because again, Angie just gives boring. I ain't got nothing for her. Even in her, we got introduced to her. She has a 12-year-old daughter. She met her husband. I forgot how long ago she met her husband. She was telling her husband about the party and how odd things are between she and Heather. She owns 10 salons and she has a cosmetology school. That's all I got from her in this scene. I think her husband does hair. Literally all I got from Angie. Nothing less, nothing more. I was bored with Angie. I'm hoping she gives more this season because if this is anything to go by, she would be a no for me. And I don't see why, you know, their production company and Andy and the team said, let's give this woman a snowflake. Like, I just don't see it for her. Sorry, but no shade. But I just don't see it for your sis. Not being mean, not being rude, and not being ugly. I just got to tell the truth. The next thing I want to say is why do they still have these old retired? They are in season 4. Now, mind you, they gave them a new look at this. They gave them this. This is brand new, but they give them the same old title cards. The title card is old. This is season 1 title cards for these ladies. And we are in season 4. Like, y'all can update the title card at least. Y'all gave Atlanta a whole brand new intro. Y'all gave who else got a new intro? Y'all gave OC a new intro. Y'all give Beverly Hills a new intro every season, and they don't ever deserve a new intro every season. Beverly Hills does not deserve one new every freaking season. Meredith. You guys know I love Meredith, right? I have been Team Meredith since season 1. But Meredith, my love, I would never take relationship advice from you. And that is not me being shady in no way, shape, form, or fashion, but I would just never take relationship advice from Meredith and Seth. I'm good. I would be good on that. They seem like a happy couple now. But I remember season 1 when we didn't know that if they were gonna make it, right? Because they weren't living in the same house. He didn't want to be in Utah. So I'm sorry, Meredith. Love you, boo. But I'm sorry. I just can't take. I could not take a relationship advice from you. So Seth and Meredith have a podcast with each other. Actually, before that, we see her. She's meeting up with Lisa, and she says how ambivalent she is about seeing Lisa. I would feel the same way, but that's because I just find Lisa. Um, I don't find her interesting. I find her very fake, especially after that hot mic moment where she called Meredith a whore and all that kind of stuff. I was like, wow, ain't this your friend of, umpteenth years? And that's how you feel about her, talking about she sleeps with all the men in New York and stuff. I just would have never, me personally, Meredith is a better person than I am because there is no way in hell I would have ever forgiven Lisa for that. So Lisa did tell Meredith about Jack doing his mission. And, Meredith is talking about her daughter, Chloe, is getting ready to graduate, right? So they both want to move forward in their relationship. And, Lisa apologized for the hot mic moment. Now, mind you, when did this I cannot remember when the hot mic moment was. That last season or was that season 2 when she called Meredith, when she called her that? I believe because it was before reunion. And I think it was the season 2 reunion. I'm almost positive it's season two when she said all this stuff about Meredith, but I could be wrong. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I have no problems with that. So Meredith apologized for the things that happened last season. So I guess there was some. Oh, I did see that in some in the clips from last week that there were some things that were said about Lisa. I guess, um, doing some some favors for tickets to the Utah Jazz games. So I guess all the ladies kind of was facilitating in that whole debacle. So Meredith apologized for her part in that. So then after that, we did see Meredith and Seth. So like I said, they're in a good space. And like I said, I just wouldn't take relationship advice from them, but congratulations, right? So Meredith tells Seth about, being invited out to Palm Springs by Trixie. So if you guys don't know, Trixie is I've saw Trixie before. I think I saw Trixie on social media. So Trixie is the drag queen. So they're going to go out to the Trixie Motel, right? She's invited all the ladies out with the exception of Angie. And I was kind of confused. I was like, why come you didn't invite Angie? Like, I get why Heather would not want to invite Angie, but you, because at one point Heather, oh, that's what I want to talk about as well. The fact that when Heather was talking about Angie, so I guess Angie had alluded to Heather and Jen having a let's be honest, relationship with each other. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you and hold you. I've always thought that too with Lisa and not Lisa, but with I always thought that there was something else going on there because it was just too almost codependent, like on more so on Heather's side than anybody's, right? So yeah, she let him know that she invited everyone with the exception of Angie. I'm cool with that. I wouldn't have to hear. I would be happy to not have to hear her voice, but we already know that Whitney invited her, so we're gonna have to hear her voice, unfortunately. So we see all the ladies as they're getting ready, right? Y'all, Mary is a mess. Mary, I don't know what is going on with your face because on one side of your face, it's the coloration, the discoloration, more specifically, the discoloration of Mary's skin is bothersome to me. So Mary called to the Trixie Motel and asked them, do they have I forgot what year Dom Perignon it was, but she asked them if they had Dom Perignon. They said no. Then they told her they have shareable size pizzas. I was like, shareable size pizzas? Like those little small ones that you get in the grocery? Oh, no, 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 no. I was with Mary. Ain't no way. So we see all the ladies as they're at the airport and they're getting ready to leave, right? So they find out that Whitney is taking a different flight. And the reason why Whitney is taking a different flight is because she is bringing Angie with her. So she and Angie already got there ahead of the ladies. And I did think that was, again, I feel like some of this is production, playing, pulling the strings as well. So it's not all Whitney, it's not all Angie, it's some production as well. So Lisa, Lisa did the fool in that airport. So she went to the restroom and one of her rings slipped off. And she said that the ring was $60,000. I was with Mary. I don't really believe that that ring was worth $60,000. Even new girl Monica questioned how much it was. I'll call my jeweler. Oh my God, John is going to be so upset. Oh my God, John is going to be upset. Let me call my jeweler. Oh my God, that ring cost 60 G's. That ring cost $60,000. Oh my God, my ring. I thought it fell into my pants. Oh my God, my ring. I'm gonna file. I need to call the airport security. That ring costs almost $60,000. Oh my God, my ring. At one point, Mary is like, you gotta let it go. Oh my God, I can't let it go, Mary. Like I lost once before, I lost some Chanel sunglasses, and I still have not let that go. I was like, Lisa, oh my God, I'm gonna call my jeweler. I'm gonna call my jeweler. And then Monica was like, girl, she you're calling your jeweler, but you're still upset about it. It's the sentimental value about for me. It's sentimental, but it's worth $60,000. It's like she kept saying it was worth $60,000. I was like, "Are you flexing or what?" And Monica was like, "Girl, I don't even have jewelry that costs that much money." She's like, "Oh, but you have nice jewelry, but my ring costs $60,000." I was just like, "Ma'am, we've heard you say $60,000 multiple times." Oh my God, you guys, we have to find the ring. This ring costs $60,000. It's 60 G's. 60 G's. It's really not like I was just like, if she say that one more time, I'm going to scream. I was with Mary when Mary said at some point you just gotta let it go. Girl, if somebody got that ring and that ring is really worth $60,000, I agree with Monica. That ring is at your local pawn shop. You're not gonna ever see that ring again, sis. So go ahead and call that jeweler up and have them. Oh, you can't. It's irreplaceable. You can't find it. But you're calling the jeweler, girl. It was a. They were. Now I'm not saying discredit her. Those rings were pretty, but they. I mean, I'm pretty positive you can find those rings again. I'm pretty positive you can find them. So yeah, she was doing the most. So the ladies eventually made it to they eventually made it to the Trixie Motel. They got there and they opened the door. And so next week we'll see them as they see that they'll see as Angie and Whitney are there, you guys. But that was the episode. It was an okay episode. I enjoyed it. I definitely want you guys to tell me what you thought about this episode in the live chat and in the comment section below. And that's all I got, you guys. But yeah, I have to say I am enjoying so far. Salt Lake City it's off to a good start. It's off to a good start. Now I know that the ratings were not off to a good start, but this episode, the first episode and this episode were good. And I think the biggest part of why this episode was so good to me is one, Lisa being overly dramatic about them damn rings, talking about they were $60,000. And then the caveat of this episode was finding out about Miss Monica and the fact that Miss Monica slept with her brother-in-law and got excommunicated from the church. That part right there was the best part of the episode. So to whoever cast Monica, kudos to you. You deserve a raise because great casting choice. Amazing casting choice. Oh, something else that I want to speak on really quickly before I get off of here. So you guys remember last week I made a joke about Jen being upset in prison? Well, she actually was because she was somebody went on her Instagram last week and posted a picture of her with whatever her tagline would be for this season. I was like, oh my God, girl, let it go like Elsa. I know you want to be back with these ladies, but girl, I don't think it's gonna happen. I think by the time you get out of prison, Salt Lake City will have completely forgotten about Jennifer Shaw. You are no, as much as I don't see it for Teresa, you are no Teresa. So good luck to you when you get out of prison, but I hope I don't see you back on my TV screen ever again in life, especially not on Housewives. But yeah, you guys, let me know what you guys thought about this episode, and I will catch you guys in the next one, you guys. So, as always, you guys stay safe out there, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, be blessed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, you guys.